Right. So Liverpool, the reigning champions, just got pumped 3-0 at Anfield by Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest. What the hell's even happening? This result wasn't just a bad day, it was a reveal. Like the mask just slipped. Not freak injuries, not some unlucky patch. This is the moment you look at Liverpool and go, yeah, this thing's hollow. 8 losses in 11 at Liverpool, at the club that spent a decade selling you intensity, culture, mentality, all of that. 8 in 11. And people are still going, yeah, but injuries, yeah, VAR, yeah, but XG. Come on. A team battling against relegation just walked into Anfield and treated the reigning champions like a mid table side. That's the headline. Forget the excuses. Forest came in, smelled weakness, and just went, yeah, we'll have that. And for me, this is when it becomes obvious. This isn't just about Arne Slot messing up. This is a brand project with one man stuck in front of it. He's the crash test dummy. Just look at the pattern. Klopp dragged this club to levels it had no right being at given the lack of spending. Not just once, over and over, competing with the biggest, the best. They built an entire identity around smart, sustainable, data, the Liverpool way. And then, when the magic wears off, they didn't go, okay, we squeezed everything out of that cycle, time to be bold. No, they panic. They throw money at shiny names, record fees, headline signings, but no actual plan, no coherent vision, just vibes and spreadsheets. That's Slot's job description, by the way. Not architect, not decision maker, just the guy who tries to make the £446 million mess look coherent on camera. Keep the pressing clips looking good, keep the vibes positive, and whatever happens, don't embarrass the people upstairs. Well, losing 3-0 at Anfield to a relegation contender might be kinda embarrassing. And I can see the complaining. You've probably seen it yourself. The injuries, the schedule, the refs, the missed chances. Cool. 8 defeats in 11. At some point, you stop blaming the weather and look at the house you built. Because a serious club, a serious champion, doesn't fall apart like this the second margins turn. You can have a bad month, but you don't get demolished at home by a team fighting for survival with playing like you've just been promoted. And this is where the brand thing really kicks in. Liverpool right now is two different things. There's Liverpool, the football team, tired, disjointed, fragile as anything when they concede first. And then there's Liverpool, the content machine, the drone shots of Anfield, the new stand, the emotional montages. The second one is booming, engagement through the roof, sponsors happy, new kits every 5 minutes, hospitality always sold out. The first one just got slapped 3-0 by Nottingham Forest. And don't misunderstand the thumbnail. Slot is not blameless here. The team looks confused, the pressing is half-hearted, the build-up is slow and panicked. There's no edge, there's no arrogance. No, we're the champions, you're Forest, know your place. But this is my point. They didn't hire a guy to reshape the club. They hired a guy who would fit into the structure that is now being exposed. Post-Klopp, Liverpool basically went, we never want someone that powerful again. We want a system, we want job titles, we want committees. The head coach will coach. The brains sit upstairs. The model is king. And when you do that, you better hope your model is flawless. You better hope you're Bayern just bullying the league with that machine. Because if it's even a little bit complacent, you end up here. A club that looks surprised reality still applies to them. So Slot walks into this environment where everyone's been told how smart they are for a decade. Where the story is we nailed this, but the truth is they timed one cycle perfectly and then coasted. Klopp burned himself out squeezing extra years out of a squad that should have been turned over earlier. And now there's no margin left. Forest weren't even scared. That's the damning bit. Anfield used to terrify teams, used to suffocate them. Now, it's, stay in the game. They'll crumble. The crowd will go flat. They'll start feeling sorry for themselves. Reigning champions, at home, being treated like that. And you know why Forest aren't scared? Because everybody in the league has clocked it. There's no aura without structure. If the operation behind the scenes is drifting, if the squad planning is off, if the accountability is all pointed downwards, people smell it. You can't fake that with a nice video and a mural. Oh, and the best part, Slot takes all the heat. That's the design. That's the shield. When things go well, it's the model. When things go badly, it's the manager. You've seen this movie, same script at so many clubs. You lose 3-0 at Anfield to a relegation contender, and instead of everyone asking questions of the people who built the squad, you get threads about whether Slot should play a double pivot. It's just insane. Look at the big picture for 2 seconds. You don't accidentally end up with a team this mentally soft. You don't accidentally end up with a thin bench, injury prone players, the same areas of the pitch exposed again and again. That's not form. That's planning, or a lack of it. And I get it. A lot of Liverpool fans are emotionally attached to the idea that their club is run smart. They've been told that for years. They watched other clubs burn money and thought, we're better than that. We do it the right way. So when the right way ends with Forest celebrating in front of the cop, the brain does backflips to protect the image. No, no, no. It's just injuries. It's just a bad run. It's just adapting to a new coach. It'll click. Will it though? With who? With what core? With which leadership group? You can't keep swapping coaches in front of the same dusty structure and hope it turns back into prime Klopp ball. And this is where I think the brand project thing is killing them. Because if your number one priority is protecting the image, you delay pain. You delay hard decisions. You don't come out publicly and go, yeah, we misjudged the squad refresh. You say it's fine. You talk about small margins. You wheel out all these buzzwords. Meanwhile, you're 11th. Look at that again. Liverpool, champions, 11th. In a league where, by the way, your revenue is right near the top. Your stadium is huge. Your fan base is global. You've got every advantage bar Petro State money. And you're in the same neighborhood as teams who would kill for your platform. But hey, the balance sheet looks great. There'll be a glossy review of the season in the club app. That's the priority. And honestly, I don't even think the people running Liverpool are evil or anything. They're just comfortable. They're insulated. They exist in this world where being competitive is enough, where challenging most of the time is fine, where the fans will always show up because the badge is that big. Klopp blew that up. His standard was insane. Every game was a war. Every season was life or death. That kind of guy doesn't let you drift, doesn't let you pick the cheaper option because it looks clever on a spreadsheet. Slot? He doesn't have that power by design. They didn't hire a manager, they hired a head coach. And now that head coach is standing in front of microphones trying to explain how the champions just got bullied by Nottingham Forest. And you can tell it's structural because the same patterns from other clever clubs are popping up here too. Players being asked to do jobs they're not used to. Holes in the squad that go unaddressed for years. Weird loyalty to guys who should be squad options at best. Then, when it all goes wrong, we talk about mentality, we talk about confidence, we talk about belief. No. Start with the basics. Is the squad built properly? Are roles clear? Is there a clear plan from the top that goes beyond save money and hope the coach is a genius? You don't get destroyed 3-0 at home by a team in the bottom three if everything is fine. You just don't. That is not a normal variance result. That's structural rot showing through the paint. And another thing, champions are supposed to have a fear factor the season after, even when they're not at their best. Teams go there thinking, if we get anything today, it's a miracle. Does anyone look at this Liverpool right now and think so? Forest just walked in and played their game. That respect's gone. And once respect goes, you're in trouble. Because now, every away dressing room goes, lads, these lot are fragile. Score first and watch them fold. Watch the crowd turn nervous. Watch the body language go. That's where Liverpool are now. That's what this result screams. So yeah, talk about slot subs. Talk about whether he should have gone pragmatic. Talk about shape all you want, it matters, but it's not the core. The core is a club that fell in love with its own mythology, that convinced itself the structure was genius, and now the structure is placing a very polite Dutchman in front of a fire and asking him to smile. He's the sheet, he takes the questions, he gets the YouTube thumbnails. Meanwhile, the people who decided this squad was fine, this level of ambition was fine, they just move on to the next presentation. 3-0 at Anfield to a team in the relegation zone. 8 losses in 11. And if that doesn't make you nervous about where this is going, I don't know what will.